Hi, Richie Moore here from 8StepStartup. So welcome to the next startup tip of the day. These are tips for startup business owners, for entrepreneurs, for people starting out with their own business ideas. And today's tip is all about value. This is it. When it comes to selling something, you've got to get this right. When it comes to providing something, you've got to get this right. When it comes to building a personal brand, when it comes to building a company that people are going to buy into, it always is down to this. Give not just value, but give outrageous value as much as possible. And I know of people who you know, they're looking too short term. They're thinking to themselves, what I want to do is have a product that generates me £10,000 or dollars, whatever, whenever someone purchases it. The problem is they're not willing to invest time giving value before that. They just want to get people in to just buy it, and they think, well, maybe if they just leverage marketing techniques well enough, that will work for them. But actually, if you give more value in the long run, and I'm talking about free content, I'm talking about free value. I mean, if you're a mentor, like myself, for instance, giving mentoring for free. Everyone, you know, those of you who know me long enough will know every month I give out an incentive where someone gets a whole month of free mentoring, because actually it's a great way of providing phenomenal value to people. There should never ever be any doubt from anyone looking at your world that you and your business offer outrageous value, not just after a sale, but before it as well. Okay, so you know, your world, perhaps your website or your blog or whatever it is, needs to be constantly pumping out great value for people. And the whole point of this isn't to look at getting money or cash now. You've got to leave that and you've got to play the longer game. It genuinely works, because what happens is, if, rather than trying to get cash now from someone, if you build great value, your brand becomes synonymous with that, and people then that buy into you later on, they are more inclined to spend more money. Trust me, I've tried it and it works. And you get people then spending thousands or tens of thousands of dollars with you, simply because you've positioned them right in the first place. And people feel when they make their first purchase almost like they owe you before they've even bought the product, because they were giving so much out there. So play this longer game of building huge value early on and making that part of your world. Because if you give more, as this great guy I was in touch with, who's I believe is an award-winning professor at Wharton University. He's one of the top universities for business in the world, Professor Adam Grant. He's an author of a book called Give and Take, and he's studied this, and he's demonstrated that those that give more ultimately do the best. They do better than those that take aggressively in business. The ones who are at the very, very top, they actually give more than anyone else. So it's worth bearing in mind that there's real science in this, but the reality is that people are going to feel good about you. That means people share your stuff more, and I'm talking now about the online world. People share your stuff, word of mouth, and then perpetuates itself. It makes a big, big difference. But whenever you position something, you know, you give a price for something, whatever it is, $50, $100, $1,000, whatever the pricing is, the value that is on offer should be not just meeting that price, but it should be through the roof. It should be outrageous value. Okay, and what it means is that there is never any question that that purchase is worthwhile. If someone can afford it, they've gone through your process of being sold on what you're doing, they will always want to buy it. And there'll never be a question that, oh, maybe it's a bit too much money, because they'll feel like, wow, I can't believe I get to buy this for this much money. So outrageous value comes above most things in sales, and you've got to bear in mind that the opposite is just bad business. Honestly, if you are trying to screw people by having as much money from them as possible for barely enough value to match that pricing, you're gonna come into all loads of trouble, because I'll tell you what, one of the best ways of scaling your business is repeat customers, people who come back and spend money with you, maybe on a subscription basis. And if you get that right, then it becomes easier and easier to grow. But if you're trying to screw them by offering just enough value to meet what they're spending, they're not going to do that. But always give more, and you end up that the rewards are phenomenal. As I say, it perpetuates itself. More tips tomorrow. I hope that was helpful.